What up, squad? Mr. Herr here. Lesson 4.7. This is overlapping triangles. The biggest thing here, it says to identify overlapping, identify common. Nah, I'm not about that. Redraw. Been doing this for years, kids. You're saying, what you talking about, old man? We're not even going to worry about this GHFDE business, okay? Down here, okay? Do you see how we have two triangles that are overlapping? Specifically, we have triangle, and do your best to sort of recreate the triangle as best as you can. We have triangle ZWX, okay? And I know it's not easy to see, but there's two big arcs there in W, so we have two arcs there. And again, I know it's not easy to see, we have a single arc there in X, okay? And then we also have triangle, oh, this one's a little too small, my fault, WXY. See, we're pulling them apart, okay? And in W, there's a single arc, check, and there's a double arc in X, okay? So then we come over here to our given, welcome to proofs. Always start with what you're given. Angle ZXW is congruent to YWX. We actually already have those marked down. Thank you, diagram. And angle ZWX is congruent to YXW. Again, that's given. Sorry, the camera's shaking. Okay. Then look back at the original drawing and say, do they share anything? Again, we're always looking for good relationships. Well, yeah, in fact, they share side WX. WX is congruent to itself because it's reflexive. Okay. So nothing new here. In fact, squad, there's not going to be anything new in any of our proofs. Then are triangles congruent? Yeah, our triangles are congruent. Specifically, triangle ZWX is congruent to triangle YXW because angle, side, angle. Ooh, and it's sandwiched in between our angles. Good to go. Keep the eye on the prize, though. We wanted to show that ZW is congruent to YX. Throwback jam here, folks. That means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. CPCTC. Alphabet soup, you know what I mean? Okay. We're going to flip the page, two more proofs, and then we're wrapped. We're on page 93, BT-dub. Okay, look here. We're told angle A is congruent to angle D. Don't worry, I'm going to redraw in a hot second. And that angle ABC is congruent to angle DCB. So all that's given. I'm going to put that in our diagram here in a moment. This one's easier to draw. Well, look, it's not hard to see. We have A, B, C there, and we have D, B, C here. Okay, we're told A is congruent to D, so check. We're also told ABC, this angle, is congruent to DCB, that angle. Do they share anything? Absolutely, they share something. And the original diagram shows it best. They share BC. Why? Because it's reflexive to itself. It's one of those good relationships that we're always looking for in our proofs. Look for good relationships in your life too, kids. That's how that works. Okay, well look. Angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. Ooh, nothing new there. So that means triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DCB. Eye on the prize though, kids. If our triangles are congruent, we have to show that first before we can use corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Specifically, side AB is congruent to side DC. Now I go fast, you can rewatch them, catch back up, pause whenever you need to, right? Right. Okay, last one. This one's the hardest, but kind of makes sense, right? So we're told CAB is a right angle, as well as DBA are right angles. So we'll throw that in a moment. We're also told AD is congruent to BC. Check, check, check. All that's given. So again, redraw. We want to prove triangle CAB. CAB. Oh, so that top one. CAB is congruent to DBA. Okay, so that one looks a little more like that. We have A, we have B, we have D. Okay. Do they have any good angle relationships? Absolutely, they have good angle relationships. Or excuse me, side relationships, because they share side AB. It's reflexive. And I apologize, kids, I got a little ahead of myself. So AB is congruent to itself. We were also told, though, that AD is congruent to BC. Ooh! Hey, wait a minute. And then these are right angles? Ooh! You can tell I'm excited because this is a refresher of hypotenuse leg. Remember, hypotenuse leg only applies to right triangles, but we have that. We have right triangle, check, check, congruent hypotenuse, and, excuse me, congruent legs in AB, and the hypotenuse, AD and BC are congruent. Okay. Again, rewatch this, all good things. We are going to do, quick flip, all 6 problems on our homework, but you got this. When it says separate and redraw, that's all we've been doing, redrawing. All right? Peace.